Welcome to the show, guys. We are talking about the 5 must-have players for fantasy football 2024. The very early list. Guys, this is very early, but I handpicked 5 players, 3 of which are great value and 2 of which are expensive, but in a prime position to succeed. My 5 players that I love that are fantasy football must-drafts here very early in the offseason here. Super Bowl just ended. We are in February, so it is very early, but it's never too early to talk about fantasy football. That's what we're here for. Going to keep that content rolling here for you. If you're new to the channel, smash thumbs up, subscribe. Only 70% of people, 70% of people that view this aren't subscribed. So if you guys are new to the channel, come across this video, smash the subscribe button because this is the truth. Everybody else in the industry is taking last year's top finishers and telling you to draft them in that order. It's copy and paste BS. They're lying to you. This is the only channel that's going to think outside the box to give you the truth. So smash the thumbs up. And again, 70% of the viewers, I looked at the analytics, are actually not subscribed. So make sure you guys do subscribe. It really helps the channel, and it's going to give you guys a ton of value. So do that, smash those up, and let me know below, who is your must-have player? Who is a player you're looking at right now and saying, man, I'm looking at this position, I'm looking at the ADP, I'm looking at the upside, I got to have this person on my roster. Who is that? Let me know below, and I'm going to go over mine. Also, big announcement, guys. We have launched, guys, you could get in right now, secure your seat to the first Fantasy Sports Summit. I've linked it below for all the details. You can combo with the 16-round draft solution. Get all the optimal players drafted each round, sleepers, breakouts, printable cheat sheet, video training, 16 rounds comboed with the Fantasy Sports Summit, which is a virtual combo. We're going to have NFL athletes, and Tajay Spears has confirmed. Yes, Tajay Spears, Tennessee Titans running back, is going to be in attendance. We're looking at getting more talent very soon, so secure your seat before prices go up. I've linked everything below. Get the ticket right now to the conference. It's going to be amazing. This is groundbreaking. No one's ever done this, guys. Fantasy football, fantasy sports conference. This guy's amazing from the comfort of your home. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's dive into this. Smash the thumbs up, and let's get to it. The first must-have player, all right, they must have. Now, here's what upsets me every single year, but I don't get too upset because we're going to find the next talent, right? Like, for example, Laporte. This is an example. Laporte is a must-have, but I can't have him because I'm not paying that high of a price. I liked him in the 10th round when everybody didn't know about him. The Chiefs had him ranked 21st amongst, tight ends. And I was telling everybody in my 16-round draft solution, secure Sam Laporta. Now they're riding him, right? So it's annoying in that way, but we're going to find the next big thing, right? The next big guys. Don't worry about it for fantasy. That's what I lay out in 16 rounds. But first guy I love is Breece Hall. So again, why I'm frustrated is that Breece Hall, I was getting him at the end of round 2 last year, right? There was some uncertainty. Everyone's telling you draft Dalvin Cook. I'm like, no, Dalvin Cook sucks, dude. Yet the mainstream Chiefs all told you draft Dalvin Cook round 5. I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't draft Dalvin Cook. He's not worth it, right? So I look at Breece Hall and I'm just like, dude, the guy, amazing. He's in a prime position to succeed. He's a number 2 running back, right? Why, for last year when I was telling you draft Breece Hall ahead of Austin Eckler, don't draft Austin Eckler, people were looking at me crazy. They're like, oh, no. Austin Eckler, you got to get him at your second pick. No, Austin Eckler's due for a decline. Trust me on this one. Don't get him. Don't get Pollard. Breece is better than these guys. Yeah, everybody, every magazine, every newsstand, every podcast was telling you Austin Eckler, right? Not the case. Now they're riding Breece Hall. So welcome to the channel, guys. You're seeing that we're seeing things way before everybody else. But I must have him. If I'm getting a running back in the first round, Breece Hall is that guy. Because last year wasn't really integrated fully. Remember, he came in a little banged up, right? Wasn't 100%. Not going to say banged up, but healing from the surgery, right? The knee surgery. He wasn't up to, they eased him in, right? That brought in Cook because of that concern. So he still managed to get 223 attempts, just under 1,000 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns on the ground. The guy looked great. And now they're going to basically let him run free. He's going to get more than 223 attempts. He's going to be full force, fully healthy. He's primed to succeed. In a league where running backs, they tend to be in major committees, and he is the alpha in the group. So I love him, but you're going to have to pay for him, right? Now you say, well, why isn't Christian McCaffrey in this list? Because Christian McCaffrey is going to have a Super Bowl hangover, just like Cooper Kupp did that one year, and everyone told you to draft Cooper Kupp the year after. Christian McCaffrey's on borrowed time. Yeah, he's great, but I mean, I think that was the last hurrah for him for sure. So anyway, I did a whole video on that. Go back 5-10 videos. You'll see it. 5 reasons why not to draft Christian McCaffrey. Okay. All right. Next guy here. I got a lot of flack for this guy, but I don't know why. But Bijan Robinson, Bijan, which is the proper way to pronounce it. Bijan Robinson, right, is coming off as a third RB. In the RB rank, he's ranked number 3. This is a guy I was promoting heavily. Still finished number 9. That's the thing, right? Like, he didn't have like an outstanding season. He was hindered by Arthur Smith. They kept running Cordarrelle Patterson. They kept running Tyler Algier, which makes 0 sense to me. Like, you draft a guy in the top 8 picks, if you're the Falcons, and you're using bottom feeders. It made no sense. But either way, Arthur Smith is fired, and now you've got an opportunity for BJ to really shine and get more attempts than he did last year, which I'd like to see, right? I'd like to see 250 attempts. This year, he had just over, 200 last year, something like that. 4.6 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns on the ground, 4 receiving touchdowns, just under 1,000 yards. We need this to go up, and it will. It 100% will. The talent is there. It's not a question of talent. It's a question of more volume. He needs to stay on the field. He needs to eat. And that's why the kid Chiefs is caught on, and like, this guy's a top 3 pick, running back, right? A little late to the party, but now they're on him, and he is in a prime position to succeed. So he's a must-have. And I got to tell you, looking at the rankings right now, there isn't a lot of players that are must-haves. Like, CeeDee Lamb's an early guy. He's like the top receiver because he finished on top last year. He's not a must-have for me because I get value at wide receiver later. We did it. We do it every year, right? Nobody knew who Tank Dell was last year. Nobody knew who Rashee Rice was last year. Nobody talked about these guys, yet they were great value. Addison was decent value, right? There's a ton of value at wide receiver, okay? So, number 2, Bijan Robinson. Got to have him based on opportunity. Number 3, this is based on talent, also based on value. Sitting number 25 on the Sheep's rankings right now. And I love the Sheep's rankings. I used to hate the Sheep's rankings, but I love them because I'm able to see where the talent is. And when you're doing your draft, everything populates based on this Sheep ranking ADP, which is great because let other people take players that are going to bust. Last year, the Sheep told you to draft Pollard round 1. I'm like, great, take him. Eckler, 2nd overall, great, take him. Dalvin Cook, round 5, great, take him, right? All those tight ends that were ahead of Laporta, take them, great. This is outstanding. J.K. Dobbins, round 4 to 5, take Dobbins. You can have him all day. I told you, avoid Dobbins. I'm like, great. Like, T. Higgins, end of round 2, great, take T. Higgins. Like, it's amazing having this eagle eye vision that I've got, that I've been able to obtain for years. That's why I created 60 rounds, is because I want people to have that vision of like, this is BS. Copy paste won't help me, right? So you're going to be light years ahead. So that's why I secure the 16 round drafts, which I've linked it below. Make sure you combo it with the conference, or you can buy them individually, okay? All right, so number 3 here, again, is Tank Dell. Like I said, 25th amongst wide receivers. I believe, again, it's early, but I believe he's the wide receiver 1. Yeah, everyone's telling you Nico Collins ahead of him. That's fine. Maybe Nico outperforms him. CJ Stroud's a stud. Now they're riding CJ Stroud as a top 5, top 6 quarterback. Great. I love CJ Stroud. If I get him, good value, I'll take him. But who's the wide receiver 1? I believe it's Tank Dell. If you guys remember, as a rookie, CJ Stroud requested that they bring in Tank Dell as their wide receiver. Like, make sure you guys draft Tank Dell. Tank Dell got hurt. I think the injury bug is out. Now that that's out, sky's the limit. Tank Dell, I get it for value. He's a must-have based on ADP, knowing that people are going to gravitate towards Nico Collins earlier, and I can get the wide receiver 1 later. If you're gonna like 50-50, because nobody knows, right? Like, if you're gonna 50-50, you're torn on who the wide receiver 1 is. I'm gonna go for the upside guy, right, and get him later. Does that make sense? That's why I'm looking at Tank Dell. So, based on this scenario, I think Tank Dell's the 1. He's a must-have for me based on ADP. He's going to be great value, okay? Next guy here, he's a top 7 pick wide receiver. I don't know if I'm going to get him because I go running back early, but Garrett Wilson. This is a guy that had over 1,042 yards receiving, and they had a disaster. And I mean disaster at the quarterback position. We're going to have to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers if he comes back, but he still finished 26th in PPR amongst wide receivers. And, just over 1,000 yards, only 3 touchdowns. This guy is not, and I mean has not scratched any surface on the potential talent that he has. I love him. Again, it depends on where I get him. If I get him in the second round, I may consider. I got to see what happens to Aaron Rodgers. So again, all of this discussion here is early talk because we don't know about free agency. We don't know about the NFL draft, what wide receivers are going to come in, how the depth charts are going to unfold. That's why I release 16 rounds, first or second week in May after all this fizzles out. Okay, so Garrett Wilson, love him. High ceiling this year, great value, and he still had over 1,000 yards receiving with the mess at quarterback that was last year. So listen, sky's the limit, tons of upside. The talent is there, unbelievable, love him, okay? Last one here, I'm going to give you guys a quarterback, and the guy finished as a top quarterback last year. I don't know where he finished. Let me pull this up here. He was like a top 5, top 7 finisher at the quarterback position. Where did he finish exactly? Number 5, Jordan Love. Now, typically the Chiefs just copy and paste this, but Jordan Love somehow fell to number 12 amongst quarterbacks because the Chiefs just slid in guys like Anthony Richardson, who I don't trust, right? They threw in, there's other guys ahead of him like Justin Fields, Brock Purdy, they feel. So there's other guys that are ranked on the Chiefs ahead of him, but I think Jordan Love is safe and steady. He is as solid as they come. Like I said, finished 5th amongst quarterbacks. I get this guy for value, and he only gets better. I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's just a great deal. He's sitting number 12 on the QB rankings. Again, 319 points last year. That's pretty remarkable for a young guy. So I'm looking at Jordan Love and thinking maybe, just maybe, he could be my ace quarterback. And based on value, he's a must get because people are going to go for the Brock Purdy's earlier or the, Anthony Richardson, who I don't trust, hasn't anchored himself as a safe guy, got hurt last year. So I love Jordan Love, okay, based on value. So Breece Hall, early, round 1. Bijan, round 1. Tank Dell, value, could be the wide receiver. Garrett Wilson hasn't scratched the surface. And Jordan Love, value at quarterback. Based on the situation, the ADP, as of right now, February, these are 5 must-have players. I'm telling you guys, the opportunity is there, the talent is there, the youth is there, the volume is going to be there. Everything you look for when you're drafting a fantasy football player. Those are my 5 must-haves right now. February, make sure you guys do subscribe and get the 16-round drafts because you're going to get the late-round sleepers. You're going to find this year's Laporta. You're going to find this year's Tank Dell and Rashee Rice and all the other players that I told you to draft. And you're going to be able to avoid guys that are going to definitely decline this year, like Christian McCaffrey, not spending a first overall on him. He had his last hurrah. At the end of the day, man, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him, right? That's what 60 rounds is all about. Subscribe, thumbs up, guys, and leave a comment below. Who is your must-have? Love to get your feedback. Have a great day.